Welcome to TV20 News and welcome to December. I'm Dan Monroe. Coming up on today's news, TV20 health reporter Richard Stewart prepares you with everything you need to know about the flu season. The city of Cleveland welcomed veterans to their annual resource fair, and the big man himself, Santa Claus, arrived in downtown Cleveland to officially kick off the holiday season. But first, the Cleveland Food Bank received a significant boost ahead of the holiday season. Huntington Bank presented a donation at the Cleveland Food Bank's Community Resource Center. TV20's Alex Picterna has the story.
With the week before Thanksgiving marking its busiest period, the Greater Cleveland Food Bank found timely support through a $50,000 donation from Huntington Bank to serve residents across Northeast Ohio.
We'll be giving away more than 18,000 turkeys across our partner network this year and here at the distribution center. And Huntington Bank made an extraordinary gift of $50,000 to make that possible. It's so important that everyone in our community has the nutritious food they need. Last year, we distributed more than 50 million pounds of food, again, through our network of 1,000 program partners in 6 counties. In just this week, the week before Thanksgiving, we'll distribute 2 million pounds of food throughout all of our network agencies, as well as on site here at our Community Resource Center.
Carrying on the food bank's tradition of service, Huntington Bank employees rolled up their sleeves and joined volunteers in distributing meals.
I'm together with more than 100 dedicated Huntington colleagues, and part of our purpose is to give back. It's to serve the communities where we do business. And there is nothing we do more fundamental than working on food insecurity. And I've observed the fine work of the food bank for more than 20 years, up close and personal. And it is our honor and our pleasure to serve the food bank on a day like today. So 100 colleagues, and we are here passing out turkeys and the fixings for a wonderful Thanksgiving. Everybody deserves a Thanksgiving meal. It's Americana, it's tradition, and we want to be part of the solution for that. So we're here today, happy to help.
For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
The food bank is always looking for volunteers. If you or someone you know is interested in lending a hand this holiday season, you can visit greaterclevelandfoodbank.org/give-help. For this week's health segment, we turn it over now to our health reporter Richard Stewart as he teaches us more about influenza.
Thanks, Dan. Today we're joined by Ed Gasemba. Ed is an epidemiologist at the Cleveland Department of Public Health. He's going to share with us how they go about compiling data that's vital to the health of all Clevelanders. Ed, thanks you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Could you explain the process of collecting weekly respiratory disease data for the city of Cleveland, and what specific data points are gathered, and how is the information verified and useful?
Sure. So this information is gathered directly from healthcare facilities themselves, within the scope of their operations. So. If a patient goes to the hospital, the emergency department in particular, the chief complaint, the date and time that they're there, all of that is captured, and we're able to pull that data. And for influenza-related hospitalizations, influenza hospitalizations are a Class B reportable condition, so they have to notify the health department within 24 hours. So generally, you find out pretty quickly. We're able to compile that data and put it in a form that we're able to use to report to the public.
Have you noticed any recent trends when it comes to respiratory disease in the city of Cleveland?
I would say that the one trend I could say for sure is that from the beginning of October to the following May of the next year, that's peak upper respiratory infection activity. In between that time frame, it's really hard to speculate general trends, but just know that that's when we're going to see most of the activity.
Talk about the state of COVID-19 in the city of Cleveland. Are we in good shape, bad shape? Where do we stand?
I'd say that we're in good shape as long as we continue to be proactive. This is the time of year where we would expect to see upper respiratory infections in general. So doing what we can in order to prevent illness and prevent spread is what we would recommend. So staying up to date with hospitalizations for flu and COVID would be the best recommendations. We're continuing to see new COVID variants. It's not as severe as it was during the pandemic, but ultimately the goal is to continue to do what we can to have less cases.
How does the Cleveland Department of Public Health determine various thresholds for respiratory diseases such as the flu and COVID-19? Talk about disease activity levels and how that's deciphered for the public consumption.
Sure. So for at least for flu, the thresholds are determined by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. And the way that the Cleveland Department of Health looks at it is from two different perspectives. One of which is, does activity surpass these thresholds for instance, flu, emergency department visits that are for flu-like illness or for weekly hospitalizations. But we also like to look at that over time. So for instance, we know that flu activity tends to really peak around the holidays. So Thanksgiving, Christmas, that's when we tend to see the most cases for the flu and the most case severity. So we like to report whether or not it's high or low based on that metric, but also, is this a level that we would expect based on this time of the year?
Are there any specific communities or demographics that are more affected than others? And if so, what's the Department of Public Health doing to address those specific disparities?
Sure. I mean, so week to week, it varies in terms of what demographics, what parts of the city of Cleveland residents are being impacted by the flu. There's really two trends that I would say really stick over time. One of which being that our older residents are more prone to a hospitalization due to the flu. And for RSV infections, those tend to disproportionately impact children. Outside of that, it really is impacting everyone.
How does the weekly reporting that you guys perform influence public health responses?
Sure. So, our job as a health department is to inform the public regarding the status of the health of the city collectively. And flu is just one of those examples. Whereas I mentioned, between that 7-month period, it's really a toss-up in terms of what things could look like in terms of upper respiratory infection. We know that each flu season is not the same. There's some years where we're hit particularly hard early. There are some years where it seems to be a fairly moderate level and then skyrockets. So we'd like to let residents know how bad is it from week to week so they can make informed health decisions.
You mentioned allowing residents to know. How do you go about doing that? How do you make the data accessible to the public?
Sure. So we publish a weekly flu report or influenza watch every week, every Friday afternoon. And previous reports are also available to the city. So they'd be able to go on our webpage and see how flu activity has looked like so far this season, as well as in previous years.
Ed, thank you for joining us and sharing this valuable information with the public.
Yep, thanks for having me.
He's Ed Gasemba, epidemiologist at the Cleveland Department of Public Health. I'm health reporter Richard Stewart. Back to you, Dan.
Join TV20's Cornell Calhoun III as he talks with Clevelanders about topics and issues that are important to you on his show, Conversations with Cal. You can watch Conversations with Cal here on TV20 or on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page. We'll be back with more TV20 news right after these messages.
The Cleveland Division of Police is announcing a new feature in reporting non-emergency crimes. When you call the non-emergency number 216-621-1234, a dispatcher will then send you a link via text to your cell phone. Other options are to call 833-461-0144 or use the QR code and report your non-emergency crime. We encourage everyone to add both the Cleveland Division of Police non-emergency phone number and the direct number in their cell phones.
This safety message is brought to you by the City of Cleveland Division of Police.
Welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. The City of Cleveland honored its military veterans with its annual Resource Fair, marking 3 years of connecting former service members with vital resources. TV20's Alex Victerna reports.
Each veteran's journey home brings unique challenges. From finding housing and employment to addressing combat-related health issues, the Resource Fair aimed to provide comprehensive support under one roof, offering services ranging from VA healthcare enrollment to career counseling.
The idea is to bring out the resources of departments and services that cater to veterans' needs, such as benefits, housing, we have clothing, food, and we have emotional support. We have agencies that attend to suicide prevention. And that was one of the things that was most important, is that we had veterans with the invisible wounds that walk around. They have conditions and symptoms that's not displayed, but they suffer PTSD.
With more than 60 vendors in attendance, ranging from the Cleveland Cavaliers to Riddall Farms, the hope is that both veterans and their family can find the assistance they need to lead happy and successful lives.
Basically, what we're concerned with is getting the veterans in our community, making them aware of benefits and things that have coming to them, and at the same time we're trying to address their concerns, whatever concerns they may have. We hope that one of the vendors here can address it. If we can't address it here, then we can carry it on.
One unique organization at the fair was Guitars for Vets, whose instructors provide hands-on music therapy for veterans.
The organization has been around since about 2013, and it's so successful because playing guitar helps veterans with anxiety and stress, and that's because when they're playing guitar, they have to concentrate completely on playing. So worries or concerns leave their mind for at least that period of time.
For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
For City of Cleveland veterans interested in learning more about what resources are available, you can call 216-664-3578. The Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District hosted its 17th Resource Fair for Northeast Ohio residents. Let's head over to Tri-C, where TV20's Alex Picterna has the details on this event.
The 17th Resource Fair streamlined utility services access for local residents just before the holiday season. Attendees could connect directly with representatives from sewer, water, electric, and other utilities in a single location. This consolidated approach allowed community members to efficiently resolve multiple utility-related matters during one visit, including discounted or other rebate programs.
When we were going through our rate study program some years ago, we noticed that there were an additional 40,000 folks that could be eligible for our programs. And so as we were structuring the changes to our programs, we recognized that our customers are some of the same customers that need access to these programs for First Energy or Enbridge, CPP, CWD. And so we said, let's bring us all together to kind of to allow the customer to go one place to get assistance. And so we started this 3 years ago, and we have took on various partners, but this year we partnered with Tri-C because we realized to maximize the footprint for the fair, we need a large space like this.
The Resource Fair gained additional prominence with the attendance of Representative Shontel Brown. The Congresswoman emphasized the value of connecting constituents directly with essential utility services. Her presence highlighted the fair's role in making vital resources more accessible to community members.
As the need continues to grow, people need to be able to access the information conveniently. And so what they're doing on a Saturday morning, coming into the community so that people don't have to take off work during the week, collaborating, bringing all the utilities under one roof, really makes it very convenient for our constituents to get the services and the support that they need. So I couldn't be more proud and pleased with the Regional Sewer District and all the utility partners and agencies that have come together to make this day happen.
For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
Thanks, Alex. And we'll be back with more TV20 news right after these messages.
Looking for something truly unique in Cleveland? Step into Brett Hall at Cleveland Public Library and get ready to join the band. This interactive art installation by world-renowned art duo Friends With You in collaboration with Land Studio is unlike anything you've seen before. Open now through spring 2025, the band invites visitors of all ages to interact with 5 large-scale fuzzy characters, each ready to dance, connect, and spark joy in an entirely new way. These lovable robots are ready to charm you and demonstrate how technology and art can foster connection. The band is free and open to the public at Cleveland Public Library's main library at 325 Superior Avenue, Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m., now through spring 2025. Learn more at cpl.org/theband.
Today's vote, in my eyes, is not a very difficult one.
Welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. The holidays are here and the city of Cleveland officially kicked off the festive season with their annual WinterLand Festival and tree lighting on Public Square. TV20 reporter Errol Porter was there to bring you the story to fill you with all the holiday spirit.
I'm Errol Porter reporting from downtown Cleveland, and there's nothing like celebrating the holidays in Cleveland, Ohio. It's WinterLand at Public Square. You can see on the faces of the kids and adults that people in general are excited for the holidays. Thousands of people descended on Public Square for some family-friendly fun and to see the lighting and fireworks that comes with it. At this festival, there is something for everyone.
Tonight we had a nice show. We have Shout Band, the band. We have face painting for the kids. We have All City Musical tonight. We have Real Pop Fusion on the stage. We have great things for the family. This is a wonderful event. We have fireworks later. We have Santa. I heard Santa was coming, because he loves Cleveland.
I caught up with Real Pop Fusion, who performed on stage, and you could tell they were oozing with the holiday spirit.
Do the tree dance, do the tree dance, do the tree dance. It is so fun for us to be out at an event like this. We have such a great time celebrating Cleveland, celebrating the community, and most of all, the amazing people.
The WinterLand Festival is so popular that Santa Claus himself flies in on his reindeer to take part. I caught up with jolly old Saint Nick, and he told me about his thoughts on Cleveland.
Yes, you know what? It's honestly, it's one of my favorite places to come. The people here are so nice. It's Midwest, but it's better than Midwest even. Everybody's friendly. I have a great time. Look you get pictures taken from people. They're coming up. They're saying hello. It's a great place to be, and Cleveland is getting better and better.
Besides Santa Claus, only one man can pull the switch, officially kicking off the holiday season in Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb.
We know how to throw a party in the winter in Cleveland, so happy to be here in Public Square to kick off the holiday season. We got a beautiful, amazing crowd. The kids are excited. I'm excited. Santa's here. We're going to have a good time tonight.
Once the lights came on, revelers were treated to one of the best fireworks show of the year. All right, ladies and gentlemen, all I can say is that's how you do it in Cleveland. I'm Errol Porter, reporting for TV20. We are Cleveland.
Thanks, Errol. Nothing brings out that holiday feeling more than when you see the amazing lights on Public Square. If you've never seen Cleveland during the holidays, I encourage you to come downtown to take in all of the fun of the season. You won't regret it. We are constantly uploading our new content on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. You can also connect with TV20 Cleveland on your favorite social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and X. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.